Good morning. We are 4 days out from the first Classic Physique show of the 2025 season. It's Tuesday the 30th of September. My show is October the 4th, the first regional qualifier before we get stuck into the pro qualifiers where I'll be going for my IFBB Pro card. So exciting, guys. So today we woke up at 110.8 kilos, the exact same as yesterday. So we're going to run the exact same food. You might think, God, this is the most boring peak week ever. But this is how a peak week should go. Very predictable. Everything running smoothly. No crazy protocols, having to undo damage, having to pick off the last bits of fat, having to do crazy fills because you're so fatigued. I'm coming into peak week fresh. I'm coming into peak week just below my cap, and I'm coming into peak week at my best look yet. So what do? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're just riding through. So the food today, we are on a push day today. So yesterday I did legs. Normally I rest after legs. If you've followed my split, it's push, pull, rest, legs and arms, rest, repeat. But because of the way in which the show lines up, I'm going to be doing it's like lower volume, legs, push, pull, rest, then compete, because I personally want 2 rest days before I compete, because that seems to be the best way in which my physique looks after a rest, a little bit of a rest, and the way in which my body like churns through food. Like I would just rather be sitting in my apartment, laying down, resting, and let the food sit, let the glycogen sit, let the body be completely fresh, and then pump up on show day. And that is the plan of action. And until then, we're really pretty much holding this. I'll show you my check-in photos. We're looking tight. The waist is just disappearing before my very eyes this week. Leanest yet, and well, decently below the cap, and it will mean I don't have to starve on registration day. We can just kind of keep it fairly light, low volume foods, feed a little bit throughout the day, and then once I register and weigh in, right, we can get some proper decent food in. So the only change being is yesterday we put in Winstrol at 75 milligrams. It was at 25, and that's pretty much the only adjustment today. So you can just come along. We'll have some chats as always. Mindset, where I'm at, tips for prep, you know the score. I like to keep this valuable. It's not just, oh, this is what I'm eating today. It's like, who gives a fuck? Like, I know people are interested in what I am eating, but at the same time, it's like, I'm what I'm doing as a proper bodybuilder and who is ready and is peaking, in my opinion, correctly. It's very samey. So I need to what I like to do for you watching is actually give value, like why I'm doing certain things, like the mindset behind prep, where I'm at, and tips for you along the way, rather than, oh, my name's Joe Gowan, I'm an amateur classic bodybuilder, and this is what I'm eating at 11. Who gives a fuck? You know, I need to make sure that you're getting something out of this, right? So you can improve your process. So without further ado, meal 1, let's get it. Cream of rice. Woo-hoo. Meal 1, you know the score. Scores on the doors. Cream of rice, salted caramel today by Conte. 100 grams, 10 grams of 100% dark chocolate, 50 grams of whey drip, and 100 blueberries, a bit of cinnamon on top, and then my allocated salt, which is here. Weigh out all my salt at the beginning of the day. It's in there, and I have actually got some precision scales now, so I am very, very precise. And that is 6 grams of low salt, if anyone's interested, and 4 grams of pink. That's my electrolyte balance. So let's get into it. I've got a lot of check-ins to do. I've got a pack. I like to be organized. I've got a list. If you are someone like me who is technically unorganized, I'm a very naturally unorganized person. I procrastinate anything that isn't bodybuilding and coaching, anything admin, anything that takes that type of side of things, like list organization and packing, I'm not good at. So I have to make sure everything's laid out, ticked off, so I don't forget anything. And that's what I'm going to be doing today, starting working down. And that is what I recommend everyone doing for a show day weekend, because you don't want to be forgetting important things like kitchen scales or, you know, your trunks. Imagine. All right, let's get it. Meal 2 going down. Standard stuff. A little bit less seasoning coming in today. Still put a little bit of paprika on there. Doesn't cause me any issues, but just for safety. I've got 200 gram of raw chicken breast weight there, and then 125 gram of jasmine rice underneath. 50 veg and 100 pineapple. I then have the extremely boring task of getting all my sups for the travel days. It's Tuesday, I'm not leaving till Thursday, but I've still got lots of stuff to do. I've got my whole body to shave, which is a big old task, so that takes a while. Obviously, I've got all my work to do and clients and whatnot as well, so, you know, I don't want to be rushing on the day I'm leaving, so I do all the health sups in here. It takes actually a fucking hell of a long time, morning and evening, with all my cleansing and bits like that, but also my health supplements. Don't want to be missing those. Powders can go into this little thing, and it's got like a little spout as well, so that you can just like pour it into bottles. So there'll be like my HydroFlow, glutamines in there. They all separate off. You can unscrew them. If you want to get these, just get them on Amazon. Just type in like powder, funnel, bottle, whatever. And these are just pill boxes, large size. You got Monday to Sunday on here, and I've got 2 of them because I've got a fair decent amount of pills, right? Drug addict. And then I'm doing all my jabs, divvying off all my jabs for those days. Extremely boring tasks, but once it's done, I'll be very happy and very organized. And that's that. That's all she wrote. I've got all my meals prepped now for the day. So other than that, it's just organization, getting everything laid out, and then we can be stress-free. Being stress-free and organized is the key to life. Oh yeah, pre-workout meal. Got to be one of the favorite meals of the day. This and the last cream of rice meal is just hefty. If you are new to the channel, I've recently brought in banana into my pre-workout meal, which I'll show you now. Chicken and rice. So it's 150 jasmine rice, raw weight, 135 chicken breast, so slightly less chicken breast to aid with digestion. We've got 150 banana there with cinnamon on top, and then 100 pineapple. We'll take this with a digestion enzyme, a GDA. I have been organizing my life, packing up all my bits, as you can see here. AM supplements, PM supplements for the 3 days that I'm away, packing up all my stuff, getting all my super supplements laid out, and organizing the jabs for each day so I can just wake up and go bang, and get all my extracurricular supplements, I don't know what else to call them, ancillaries, Clen, Telmisartan, all divvied up per day. It takes a long time. But once it's done, and then it's organised, and it's just like proper chilled then. I am, like I said before, someone who has had the habit, or poor habit, should I say, of being unorganised in the past and just leaving everything last minute and then suffering for it with stress. And so I've learned in my older age to just get it done days in advance, and then we can relax. Right, getting ready for the gym now. Just took my 50 milligram of Winstrol, 25 milligram of Anabart, and then I'll take 25 Winnie before bed. Got my Amino Swole, get that from Engineered Muscle. SLU, 250 milligram, and 500 milligram of L-carnitine, jabbed. Then got my intra-workout supplementation, which is the Carb Drive, 40 grams, 25 grams of EAA, and then I've got just intra-workout hydration formula, which is HydroFlow Pink Lemonade, very good. And obviously got my going to do half a scoop of Conviction today, stim, and then Mega Pump, creatine and glutamine. Now, tips. I'm waiting for my food to digest, and we'll have a chat. When you are dieting, if you are on prep, trying to get lean for a holiday, whatever it may be, do not try and make things easier by over-volumizing your food. Obviously, we want to volumize our food. We want vegetables in our diet for a balanced diet and micronutrients. A big mistake I see people make is actually going way too far on this, because what you got to remember is you are temporarily stretching your stomach. If you're like got this plate, right, that's got 300 calories in it from just chicken breast or even a tiny bit of rice, and then you've got this massive bowl of vegetables and salad with minimal calories, you are actually stretching your stomach, right? It's distending from the size of all the food you're eating. And then what happens is it distends, stretch, okay? And your body will adjust to that for a temporary period of time. Because there's such little calories, your body digests it fucking rapidly, comes back in, and your body wants is going to be extra hungry because it's been distended. So you're actually making your appetite worse by stretching your stomach. What you want to do is over time actually shrink your stomach just by eating smaller volume meals. Obviously not with no veg. We don't want no veg, but we don't want to over consume veg. I think that is a big issue that people do, like just like trying to avoid the hunger by over volumizing food, and you make yourself more hungry, you crave more because your body will just digest it rapidly, and then you're like fucking stomach's gurgling, and you're just trying to escape the inevitable. And what I have found is in my prep here, where I'm having just like 50 gram of veg or 100 gram of veg per meal, that is perfect. It's the sweet spot. You get a little bit of variation, you get the micronutrients, something added to the meal, but it's not over consuming veg. Because in the past I've done that, just when I wasn't as educated when I was younger, like just a fucking plate and bowl full of veg to try and just feel like you're eating for ages, but then you just become so hungry all day, and it can cause digestive issues as well, like from all the fiber and stuff like that. It bungs you up, you can get, you know, constipated and whatnot. So just bear that in mind. Try and not escape the inevitable. Just go through it and face it head on, because the longer you stay in a calorie deficit with smaller volume meals, the least hungry you'll be. At the end of this prep, like obviously I'm feeding now, so you know you can say what you want. Obviously I'm not going to be hungry right now, but like at the end of my prep there, when I was actually digging on fat loss, I'm not hungry. Yeah, I'm food focused. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait for my food. It tastes so good, but I'm not sat there like, oh, because I'm just keeping those foods nice and tight, nice and small, keeping the waist tight, keeping the volume low, and your body just adjusts. Like it's very fucking clever. People can go days without food. It's funny, like when people are just like, oh, I'm starving. Oh, it's like our ancestors would probably have a big hunt and not eat for fucking 5 days. Obviously, they're not bodybuilders, but at the same time, like, you're not going to die, bro. Stop panicking. People are getting such a stress. Like, we're in this society where we never have to be hungry. We're surrounded by comfort. Like, you can do a Deliveroo and get food like this. You go in any convenience store and there's just tons of snacks. There's food in our cupboards constantly. So it's like any form of hunger, we never have to feel it. When was the last time, like a normie who doesn't do a diet or a bodybuilding prep ever actually feel hunger? Never, right? So when you first do a diet and they're like, oh God, I'm so hungry, like I need to eat. I like feel a little bit of hypo or a little bit of appetite, and they're like getting a fucking panic and a stress and have to eat. It's like, mate, you can sit with it. And the more that you sit with it, the easier it gets, and you can master the mind and you can control it. A craving is not a command. A craving is an emotion like any other, happiness, sadness. You can let it pass. It comes and goes. So yeah, it's just funny to see people get in such a panic when they haven't eaten in 3 hours. It's like, motherfucker, we're getting like still eating like multiple meals a day. Some people go like 2 days without food, and it's we are very privileged, aren't we? Anyways, let's go train. I got pushed today. Obviously yesterday was legs and tomorrow's pull, so it's 3 on the trot, which I'm not used to, but it's obviously lower volume and I'm not going crazy. So yeah, let's get it. Not go crazy. Please remind me. Don't go crazy. 2 reps in reserve. That's what I got to think in my head. Let's go. And that's it. The last push session before the first show. Obviously, got more shows. I'll be training push again, so it's not like, oh, the last session, but the last session before show 1 anyways for push. Tomorrow's pull, and then that is it. Really good sesh. Obviously, the goal is not to be going crazy. I'll play some clips now. But I was having a bit of a little bit of a nostalgic thought as I was walking home. My walks home, I put my headphones on and I listen to like ambient music, you know, just like trying to calm down. I just always have some deep thoughts. And you might think, right, because I'm 31, seeing where I'm at right now, that I've been bodybuilding forever. So it's 2025. In 2019, I was a very different man. I was actually I've done 10 plus different jobs, but I was very skinny. I was a fashion model. I was modeled at ASOS, some different suit companies with an agency. I was with Nebs for a bit in London, and then First Models. I'll put up a photo here if you recognize me, right? And I remember I started YouTubing when I was modeling for maybe about a year full time in London. I didn't live in London, but I was in London a lot. And I was vlogging a little bit. I was building my first Instagram up. I built that to around 22,000, but I was YouTubing a little bit. They're not on here anymore, trust me, because I'm a very different person now. They're in my drafts, but I remember back then getting called cringe, you know, from people from my town, small town, like, and especially when I stopped modeling and went into the bodybuilding scene. Like, obviously I wasn't a bodybuilder, I was a fucking dweeb, but I will go into an actual long form video of my journey, because I think it will inspire a lot of people, because, you know, you see a lot of bodybuilders, right? And you think, oh, you know, they've been doing this since they're 16, been on gear since they're 17. Well, I didn't start assistance since I was like 26, 27 years old. Didn't start bodybuilding until 4 years ago. I've only been bodybuilding about 4 years, like properly. Obviously I've lifted like since I was a kid, but proper taking it seriously, tracking macros and obviously assistance for the last 4 years. Before that, like, look at these photos of me, like you wouldn't recognize me, right? Anyways, my point being, you have a dream, and from that point, right, which I will go into another time in why I wanted to quit modeling, and I just started an obsession with gaining size and bodybuilding. Overnight, I flipped a switch, right, and I was like, right, fuck this, I want to get big, and just watched, instead of watching like lifestyle, fashion-y vlogs, I was watching bodybuilders, you know, endlessly. I was a PT back in the day. Like, I had the knowledge and I had the know-how, and I trained forever, but my training was different. Like, I was doing a lot of lifting, but a lot more hybrid lame shit. And I was like dieting down. It was like I was doing a bodybuilding prep year round to stay fucking lean and shredded, like for that model, like gaunt look. Like, I was never just not eating. I was eating, but like shredded, like just chicken veg all day, like proper bad, to be fair. It was a little bit of an eating disorder, and I'll go into that another time. So that's why I've always been meticulous with food. Anyways, that's for another time for sure. But if you would just look at those photos of me there, and I was having a bit of an emotional moment, not emotional, but like, when I first started like posting my journey of getting from skinny to at least jacked, semi-jacked, and YouTubing it when I was like just quitting modeling and like starting my YouTube journey, I couldn't have even dreamed where I am now. Like, my job is obviously coaching, I'm competing, my physique. Like, I would never have dreamed that I could get to this position in the time that I have, 6 years. And it's just inspiration. I want to inspire you and motivate you that you honestly have no idea what you can achieve with just die-hard dedication. From that moment when I quit modeling and I joined the bank to just get a normal job, and I started obsessing over bodybuilding, I have not taken my foot off the gas. It has been relentless. Like, I had a dream. I was like, I'm making a life out of bodybuilding. I don't know how. I didn't know what online coaching was then. I didn't even know I wanted to compete, but I was like, some way or somehow this is going to work. And all I know is work. All I know is if I give this everything and push to the max and day in, day out be on it, there will be someone that slips up. There will be someone that isn't working as hard as me, and I can overtake them. And that was my thoughts in this bodybuilding industry, because I started it late. There's plenty of lads that have been in this game for years, a decade plus, that are the same age as me, and I've overtaken them because they don't work as hard as me. And that's not me blowing smoke up my arse, but it's because I'm late to the party. So I have this dog with a bone like motivation, where I'm like, I'm late. I started this late, so I need to catch up. And there's never comfort. There is never, I haven't been on holiday in 4 years. I haven't taken time away. I take deloads when I'm told to. I haven't taken any time off coaching since I started my coaching business, other than Christmas Day and Boxing Day and the days that I compete. That is it. And that is the mindset you have. If you want something bad enough, you will be willing to make these sacrifices. Obviously, you might say, oh, it's not a sacrifice if you love it. It is still sacrifices. Like, people go on holiday a lot, I don't, because I don't feel like I can step away. But I'm telling you right now, when I turn professional bodybuilder, when I get my IFBB Pro card, I'm taking a week on holiday. And it's going to be so fucking sweet, because it will be earned. And everything about that trip will be so sentimental and monumental, and it will just be such a achievement. Can you imagine? That is the dream. As you can tell, it's a little bit of a, when you get to the end of prep with all the hard work, and it's just years of hard work, like, I haven't even got a medal yet, I haven't even won, I haven't done anything yet, but to me I've won, because I've made it to the end, and I've done it to the best of my ability, and I'm sharing it with you guys as well, which has been massively enjoyable, and I will continue to do so. So I honestly opened up my Instagram requests on the way home. I haven't, like, for the last day or like 24 hours, and there must be fucking 50 messages in there from people sending me like, oh, I'm like this many weeks out, like I'm competing this weekend, thanks so much for inspiring me and all this and all that. Like sometimes it just feels like I'm talking into the nether realms. Like, you know, there are obviously comments on the YouTube, but the YouTube channel isn't massive, but that's, you know, it's quite nice to be fair, because we have like a tight-knit community and a lot of people are messaging me. So just tonight I'm going to go through them and like try and get back to you all. But like if you do send me a message and it's in my request, do know that I will try and get back to you if I have the energy. Like I've got all my clients to get back to, like I've got a very busy life. So sometimes if you do message me and I miss it and it's in my request, please don't get offended. I massively appreciate everyone's support. Like honestly, it's not me just saying that like, oh, whatever, like, yeah, cheers for the like. No, it actually means a ton to me, and it means a lot to me, and it helps me continue doing what I'm doing. It motivates me a lot, and I hope something out of these videos has helped motivate you in your preps, off season, whatever it may be. And we will continue to live this lifestyle and just try and be better. It's never always going to be sunshine and rainbows, and we can share it together. All right, it's time to eat. Got a big bowl of cream of rice. Lovely. Probably sick of me singing every time I get a big bowl of cream of rice, aren't you? But it never gets old. Look at that. 175 grams of cream of rice. I'm making this with the lower volume now, less water, 3:1 ratio now. 150 blueberries, half fresh, half frozen. 50 banana, cinnamon, and my salt, and then obviously the 40 whey drip. So yeah, big old bit of fuel. Very easy to get down, especially when you just make it a little bit less volume with less water. Drier, obviously, a little bit drier, but it's like sticky like a cake. Thick and juicy. It's makes it more flavoursome, to be honest. Waist tight. I feel my waist just tightening across these days, which is exactly what we want. Lowering that food volume across the week, tightening up. So I'm going to enjoy this. Watch some YouTube, the tradition. If you got to be watching YouTube, and you're probably watching this, eating a meal. If you're watching this, eating a meal, comment fruits of my labour. Because I can guarantee everyone's eating right now. This is what everyone does, isn't it? I always put something on YouTube. So we're all probably doing the same thing right now, eh? Anyways, let's get it. Okay. King prawns, 250G, 50 jasmine rice, 50 vegetables. The usual. Nothing changes. Very predictable. That's the funny thing. If you looked at me, right, my life, if you wanted to kill me or poison me, it'd be very easy to do so year round. Off-seasonal prep, my routine is the same. I walk the same routes. I go to the same supermarket. I go to the same coffee shop. I go to the same gym at the same time, the same days. I'm an assassin's dream. Anyways, just chilling now. We'll tuck into this and then we'll relax for the day. I need to put this away and I need to do a client setup. I've got a new lad coming in. That'll be my last one for this week. So if you're inquiring for this week, it'll be starting the new week because I'm going to be traveling tomorrow. It's my last day in Manchester. And then we'll be traveling down to Essex for the weekend for the show, which I'm really excited. I'm just looking forward to getting down there early and just getting my feet up in the Airbnb and just chilling, man. Relaxing, confident, turn up, win that shit, drive home. And that is it, another day done. Just gonna prepare my cream of rice whilst we have a chat to finish off the day. That here is 125 gram of cream of rice, salted caramel by Conte. Then 20 grams of 100% dark chocolate by Montezuma's. Next, we will be adding 75 grams of frozen blueberries. Then I will be adding 75 grams of fresh blueberries to make that 150. And then I will add 50 frozen raspberries for a total of 200 berries. Gotta love fruit. Fruit is just God's gift to us all. Not only for nutrients, but that delicious taste. Now, what do I do next, you may ask? The next layer of the design, here we are, is the cinnamon. Cinnamon is absolutely vital in this recipe. Ground cinnamon, a layer of that. Okay, then we have the whey drip, which has been previously created by myself. Oh yeah, and what flavour is this, you may ask? This is salted caramel as well. That's the job, make sure you get it all out. Don't want to be wasting precious taste, and also you don't want to be wasting any protein, do we? Absolutely vital. Now, that's that done, and the final piece de resistance is the almond butter. Put the almond butter on the scales, reset. I have 10 grams of this, so swirl it around a bit, mix it up so it's not all just the oil on the top. Make sure you get a good little bit of thickness there. Then I have 10 grams of this. Drip off 10. That's it. There we go. Drizzle 10 grams of almond butter on top. And that is us done. Done for the day. One more component is the rest of my salt. And there we have it. Cream of rice. Ready? On job. Okay? That is our day done, ladies and gentlemen. No chats tonight. Bro is tired. Bro is ready to get an early night, and tomorrow is our last day in Manchester. Finally getting a haircut. Get everything organised. Starting to pack all my shit up here. Problem is, a lot of the stuff I use on a daily basis, so there's only so much you can pack. Tomorrow I'll make sure most things are ready to go. Then Thursday morning it will be wake up, do my client check-ins, do my check-in with Cuba, wait for the food, prep the food, and get on the road, because it's about a 4 or 5 hour drive. We'll take you along, of course, give you an Airbnb tour, and we'll be locked in, ready to go. Share, like, subscribe. 50% of you watching aren't subscribed, which is crazy. Let's get to 5,000 followers. It'll make me a very happy man. 5,000 followers before the time I finish competing this season. That'd be a good goal to have. Lots of love.